You all know the saying, pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Well, I'm titling this video Pretty for a Light-Skinned Girl because when you're light-skinned and pretty, you get a lot of hate from people. People don't believe if you're light-skinned that you have any problems. You're so perfect. Nothing could ever be possibly wrong. If you're pretty and light-skinned, your life is on cloud nine or something like that. Because they put light skin on such a high pedestal. So I know from being pretty and light skinned myself, I've been prejudged as bougie, stuck up. If I don't speak when I'm walking past somebody, I don't know how to speak to nobody. I'm a colorist. If I compliment my own skin complexion or somebody else who's lighter skinned, I'm automatically a colorist if I even defend light skinned people in any way or talk about what dark skinned people have done to us. I get labeled colorist, even though I've noticed that when there is a person who's actually colorist, they're usually light skinned and unattractive. And I'm just gonna put that out there. I've only noticed if somebody was ever colorist, a lot of the times they weren't attractive, but they used their light skin as like a not a handicap, but as like a crutch, I guess. I guess, right? They would use their light skin as this makes me pretty. Those are the people that I usually see being mean to other darker skinned people. But a lot of the times, a pretty girl isn't doing that. A pretty light skinned girl isn't doing that. A pretty light skinned girl doesn't have to do that. And it's not like these girls that I'm calling ugly have to be ugly because they'll have like maybe a bumpy face full of acne or some things that they can clearly take care of. A few maintenance tips will clear a lot of basic Betty's problems, but the problem is you can't be lazy and pretty. You can't be lazy in a 10. Let's just say that because you could be born naturally pretty. But to be a 10, you have to put in the work. You just do. But if you're pretty and light skinned, people will try to sabotage you more than anything. Especially being monoracial light skinned. I notice we get gaslit the most. We get gaslit the most. If you are like caramel skin complected, a lot of people will say you're not even light skinned. But have y'all recently heard about Brandy and her saying that if anybody could play her in a movie, she would want Halle Bailey to play her? And the backlash was out of this world. People were saying that Halle's too light to play Brandy, but I thought Halle Bailey wasn't light skinned. People used to say she's not even light skinned. People have said her sister isn't light skinned, but yet she's too light to play Brandy in a biopic, being thrown in and out of blackness. Like Halle Bailey is the perfect example of somebody getting thrown in and out when she did the movie for color, not for colored girls, but for the color purple. People were saying she was too light to play that character. And then now this whole thing with Brandy and Brandy wanting her to play her, people are like she's too light. People, and I feel like a lot of people throw her in and out of categories because her hair type is she has dreadlocks, and people perceive you based on your features and your hair texture. I do notice that. So if you have keener features like her, and I think that's why Chloe gets thrown into the darker. People say she's not light skinned, even though she is. even though she is. I feel like Chloe's features are
More Afrocentric.
so. I notice even a difference in how people treat the two of them. People would say she's the prettier sister, Holly. Why is that? Because of her features. These are monoracial black girls that get thrown in and out of blackness because of their phenotype. Monoracial. Two black parents. Type I'm gonna put them in the type 4 category. It gives type 4, maybe type 3C, but I feel like that plays a part in how people perceive them, their skin complexion. Men will use you for your skin complexion. If you're pretty, you already, if you're pretty in any complexion, you already know how men treat you. But being pretty and light skinned, they treat you like a trophy. They treat you like an object to be had. They're literally only with you because a lot of them, colorist men, will be with you just because of your skin complexion. That's why you guys will see them with basic Betty light skinned people over bad dark skinned girls because it's about the skin complexion. I don't know. But yeah, we get harassed more in the workplace, that's for sure. Your presence makes people uncomfortable if they're insecure and they're darker than you. I would notice walking into a room and I'm the lightest one, how the energy shifts in the room because I walked in. Yeah, I'm pretty, but if I was a dark skinned and pretty, I can almost guarantee it the energy towards me wouldn't be as shady as it does because I'm light skinned. And I know this because I have dark skinned friends. I've had dark skinned friends in the past who don't get treated like a light skinned pretty girl. Like I've had dark skinned pretty friends who don't get treated like the same way we do. They have their own struggles, yes, as a darker skinned person, but people act like lighter skinned people being on the opposite end of the spectrum. We're not supposed to have any problems. No, we do. We have our own experience on the other side of the spectrum just because people pedestalize the complexion. With comes with pretty comes with problems. It just is the way it is. People don't want you to be prettier than them or lighter than them if they're insecure people. And those are their insecurities. A basic Betty doesn't want you to be pretty. That's why she's trying to sabotage your life. That's why she's starting rumors about you at work. That's why she's trying to get you in trouble. If she's a manager above you, that's why she's going to always nitpick and find something that you're doing wrong, even though you're not doing anything wrong. They're trying to get under your skin. They'll throw microaggressions to make you feel insecure about certain things, whether that's your weight, your hair is out of place. They'll throw little micro jabs, and it's very unnecessary. You could be the nicest person, and I feel like a lot of us pretty light skinned girls have this people pleasing thing because we're trying so hard to prove to people that we're not who they think we are. Even it's like crazy how we automatically can assume what somebody's thinking of us. They don't have to say anything, just their behavior, and you know where it's coming from. You don't want to assume it, but you'll be stupid not to because you had the experience before. Nothing's. It seems like it always happens every time I meet somebody new, and they're darker, unambiguous, and they act funny. What am I supposed to assume? I'm nice to them, but they're shady towards me or short with me or whatever. Very mean and nasty for no reason. Like you can piss somebody off just by existing, being in their presence, being in the room, just being there. Let guys be around. Don't let no guys, no males, no men be around. Oh, the women who are male centered really, really don't like you because they know you're the preference. They know you're the preference. They know the men are more than likely, unless they have a preference for darker skinned girls, are going to prefer the lighter skinned girl. In this society, we have made it where the lighter skinned girl is the preference and she's the trophy, and it's a status symbol if you're with a light skinned girl, and all of these crazy things because of palm people's supremacy. My friend circle is pretty much none. It's hard to make friends when people prejudge you. It's hard to make black friends because usually you're the lightest friend, and if you don't have secure friends, like I'm better off just hanging out with exoticals, because if you don't have secure friends and they're darker than you, you're gonna know at some point. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna mention how you get all the attention when you go out in public. You guys go out and hang out. There's guys around, and the guys are talking to you, and they feel some type of way. This happens to me. It's like I can't do nothing about the standard of beauty. I'm just existing in the world. So it's like we get it. We get hit from men and women. If you're a light skinned female, you get hit. Even white women don't. I've, oh, yes, I have a white manager lady that is up my ass. And it's literally, she's new. And prior to her coming to the job, nobody else treated me like the way she does. I feel like she's a bitch to me. She's always, like, yesterday, she thought I was not doing my job when I was doing my job. And she was trying to blame it on somebody else, saying that I'm not working. And I was like, I am working. She was like, people say you disappeared and you weren't working and that and that and that and that. I'm like, first of all, I have been working. So she just likes to pick with me. And anytime she's in the bathroom and I'm in the bathroom, she sees me looking in the mirror. She just gets real attitude and be like, you should get back to work. And this bitch is about to piss me off. I ain't about to keep talking about her. But yeah, white women, it's like we get hit from all people. Dark skinned, pretty girls don't get hate from other dark skinned people. We get hate from dark skinned people. We get hate from men too. Men are jealous of us. That's a whole nother video. So, in conclusion, pretty women being pretty for a light skinned girl, yeah, we have our issues too. We may not necessarily get called that as a backhanded compliment like darker skinned pretty girls do. It's not necessarily a backhanded compliment, but it's definitely a thing if you're light skinned and pretty to have a lot of issues. And that's all I wanted to say in this video. And thank you guys for listening.